just a quick commentary or whatever. Like, imagine if you weren't Mr. Beast's associate or friend or whatnot or business partner, you would be receiving zero like attention, zero fame. But on the other hand, you have all of the resources at hand. You got Mr. Beast in your corner. There's nothing you can't ask for. Like someone who, excuse me, but someone who has all those resources at hand can make anything happen, right? In business and social, whatever you got going, Mr. Beast got connections and plugs. But at the end of the day, when you going through personal stuff like this, you got the whole world looking at you. But
Chris go from this to this, while others even made the claim that Carl had turned him gay. Now, this was pretty ridiculous, as Carl isn't even that feminine, and Chris had come out as bisexual years before he and Carl had even met. The true catalyst for Chris Tyson's feminization instead seemed to have come from his marriage. In January 2022, Chris would post a photo with his wife to his Instagram, yet after this, the family photo stopped altogether. Fans also noticed that he'd removed his wedding ring, with the ring's absence correlating perfectly with the very first post in which he painted his nails. Chris confirmed the split in a post from March 2023 reading, "For a little over a year now, me and Katie have been separated," with this also confirming that Chris's transformation began as soon as his marriage came to an end. Chris went from lighting campfires and raising a family with his beautiful wife to now trying to be a wife with his man buns and long nails. As the criticism continued to pile, Chris announced that he'd be taking a break from social media. And while there was a possibility that Chris would make efforts to return to his former self, he'd rather do the opposite and double down on his feminine image, showing up to the Kids' Choice Awards looking like this, before making the announcement that he'd been doing HRT for approximately 2 months, which according to a quick Google search is the medical process for changing genders. Chris would expand on this by stating, "Informed consent HRT saved my and many others' lives. The hurdles GNC people have to jump through to get life-saving gender-affirming healthcare in a first-world country is wild to me. Just let people make informed decisions about their own bodies," which received a positive response from both Carl and MrBeast, who wrote, "Got you, I did one more heart than Carl because I'm a better friend." While his co-workers expressed positivity, others weren't so welcoming. "There goes a father figure the kid won't ever be able to look up to. Hard times create strong men and took a father figure away from your son just so you could paint your nails and act zesty. Pathetic. He will get torn apart at school, won't want to have friends around his house. A life full of difference and being alone. Must have missed the point in that tweet. How's this for him when you're deprived?"
I feel you, voice of Mario. I see.
Although Chris wasn't altered by these comments, as he'd once again reiterate his certainty in a new post reading, "It's never too late to start being yourself," which received praise from MrBeast as well as Nolan and Carl. However, these comments also...
So basically, my whole thing is like, what do y'all want Mr. Beast to do? Like, what does he do? He has a clean image. I'm not saying he's perfect, but he does a lot of good shit that everybody criticizes. I'm pretty sure we all got skeletons in our closet. But what is he supposed to do? Okay, let's put ourselves in his position, right? One of your homies, one of somebody you mess with this person, somebody who's like you care for, you want to see them win. They feel like internally they want to go through a transition. They feel different. What are you supposed to do? Nah, I hate you. I'm going to publicly bash you. I'm going to this, I'm going to that. Like, yes, granted, they could have private conversations to where it's like, hey, let's talk. Let's have like very long conversations. But like, what do you want the nigga to do? I just don't know what MrBeast. It's a lose-lose. He can't come out here and condemn the person because of, people and their political views. And he's going to take a loss from either side. He says he rocks with it. He takes a loss from one possession. He you know what I'm saying? Like, he did what he had. Like, I don't get it. I don't see why so much like it's his decision. The Chris person who's transitioning into, I don't think they have a name. I'm saying this because I don't want to be disrespectful. It says why Chris will soon be a nightmare for MrBeast. I don't know if there's I'm just leave it at Chris Tyson. If there's another name, then the other name is going to be the other name. But just to get off this subject real quick, I want to talk about